do this off stream, because y'all already be complaining about how they be talking too much. If y'all know what important conversations are, they're just a lot of talking. So, yeah, y'all enjoy. If y'all ever decide to stick around, then yeah, let's go. Oop. Okay, let's start with okay.
Oh, hey, Ignatz. What you reading?
Wow.
Yeah, he definitely didn't hear me. Hey, Ignatz!
He's reading Harry Potter.
Ah, what? Oh, it's you. Can you please try to not sneak up on me like that?
Sorry about that. I was trying to talk to you, but it didn't seem like anything was getting through.
That Harry Potter was just so good, y'all. Those noises were something.
You were making all kinds of weird noises while you were reading. You eat something bad?
No, nothing like that. It's just that this traveler's journal is full of such vivid imagery and wonderful surprises that I can't help but react.
I definitely.
You've seriously been lugging books around with you? Though, I admit, that does sound like a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's fascinating. The author's unknown, but whoever it was really traveled to all these places and documented everything. It's amazing how vastly things can differ depending on where you are. Like the plants or the animals or even the ore in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the way people live in those areas is so diverse too. Like their food and their clothes. But what's most interesting to me is the architecture. Ruins in Fodlan contain ancient architectural styles that are, for some reason, also found on faraway islands.
All right. I get the picture. You talk like you've seen it all firsthand.
Who goes to some place and be like, man, these mountains, there's something.
Well, I really try to place myself in the author's shoes when I read. So I guess in a way, I have. I'd love to visit all those places myself, but that's easier said than done. Especially since I became a knight.
Nope.
The way you say that makes me think you never wanted to be a knight in the first place.
Oh, no! No, of course I did. At any rate, both my father and my brother are pleased that it's official.
Sounds to me like you became a knight for them.
That's not it at all. I'm very happy with my decision, honest.
Even though you can't go off traveling?
Yeah, getting sent out to different locations for battle is kind of the same thing. Oh, but of course the mission always comes first. It's not like I go off wandering whenever I feel the urge.
Uh-huh. But you would if you could, right?
You definitely would.
Why do you keep asking me about this? All these leading questions, they're uncalled for. I might not be able to travel of my own volition, but I can read books and go wherever I want in my imagination. And that's good enough for me.
You imagine going places. The only place I imagine going is my house.
Hey, still alive?
No, I'm dead. We're like,
Think it'd be pretty obvious if I wasn't. But yes, I'm back and all in one piece.
One Piece. Ah!
Well, that's a relief. However, I noticed your approach to battle hasn't changed one bit. You still charge to the front and dive right into the thick of it.
He's imitating Luffy. Stop hating.
I was trying to be careful, but I guess it didn't really work.
Well, you are some kind of master soldier, right? I'm starting to think you might not get yourself killed after all.
Huh. So now you approve of my approach? Why the change of heart?
I read this incredible manga which stars a boy in a straw hat. And it's called...
I realized that taking the lead and fighting at the front is exactly what my brother does.
True. And they say Holst is the bravest commander in all of Leicester.
Usually, the commanders stay in the back so they can see the whole battlefield and give orders. But not my brother. Honestly, he can't stand being back there. He has to be leading the charge. That's why I used to worry myself sick every time he went off to battle. But at some point, I'm not sure when, I became convinced that my brother would never die.
Foreshadowing? You know.
What made you think that?
I'm not sure. But it's not like there's anyone out there who can beat him, right? When I realized that, it just seemed like a waste of time to worry about him so much.
If anything, you should be pitying the chumps on the other side.
Precisely. And then I realized it's the same with you. You're just like my brother.
Except I don't have pink hair for no reason.
It's an honor to be put in the same category as Holst.
Now I know I'm wasting my time worrying about you. And it's not like I can stop you anyway. I actually hope you keep doing what you do, so I can take it easy in the back.
That's the plan. But I'm pretty sure I've seen you fighting up front with me recently. You even seem to be enjoying yourself.
Me? Enjoying myself? Please. If I'm fighting at the front, it's because I have no other choice. The whole time I'm fighting, I'm wishing I could be cheering everyone on from the sidelines instead.
Which is why you throw an axe into a guy's head from like 2 meters away and say like, yeah, I did it.
You know, yelling stuff like, smash 'em good, and yeah, use those muscles. That would really inspire our troops, right? And remember, this is me we're talking about.
Yup, super inspiring. No.
I don't know. I think all that yelling would only annoy some people.
You obviously haven't experienced my phenomenal cheering skills firsthand. Next time, I'll cheer for you too. You'll see how inspiring it can be.
I'm good.
All right, sounds good. I'll keep an ear out.
Okay. How many more? No. Okay, just 2. This one's gonna be about muscles. I
Hey,
can feel it. Or
I was
food.
wondering if I could ask you something. I heard that you don't have any parents. Is that right?
Yeah, the woman who raised me died, and I don't even know who my birth parents are.
That must be tough for you, huh?
Oh wait, I was wrong probably. I mean, I will wait on you to be honest.
I don't really feel sad about it or anything, but I do think about my birth parents sometimes. It can weigh on me, not knowing who I really am, you know?
Well, you might not know who you are, but you still work hard and you keep your chin up through it all. That makes you super strong in my book.
Hey, Raphael, your parents are gone too, right?
Yeah, both my mom and pa died in an accident.
Well, then you're just as strong as I am. You work harder than anyone I know, and you do it all with the biggest grin in the world.
Of course! It's easy when you love training as much as I do. Hey, I just realized something. We've sure got a lot in common. Our parents aren't with us anymore. We're both commoners scraping our way through this war, and most importantly,
What can be more important than that?
both of us have got some serious brawn.
Yeah, it ain't nothing. I appreciate that, but our body types are completely different. Not sure this really counts as brawn.
Sure, you're a little scrawnier than me, and maybe a lot smarter. But you know, my brain's been getting a constant workout ever since we opened the inn.
You have an inn?
Oh, yeah. I went home and started one up with my grandpa and little sis once the academy shut down. Running a business like that takes a surprising amount of muscle. Sure, there's regular stuff like hauling things around, but you need brain power too. If you ever want to make a profit, you have to pay real close attention to keeping the books straight.
Man, you ever go into an inn and say, nah, we can't be in here, bro. The books ain't straight. Let's get out.
I mostly let my sis handle that stuff, though. That muscle still needs more work for me, which means I'm in charge of the cooking. But that has its own share of problems.
Oh.
Yeah, it can be tough to find your footing when you switch jobs, especially if you have to start doing things outside your wheelhouse. Trust me, I've had my fair share of growing pains getting used to the army life. Everything's way different from how it worked with my merc groups.
But don't you just fight? That doesn't seem so different to me.
I don't get it.
Mercenaries tend to get involved in smaller skirmishes as opposed to big battles, and most of them prefer to fight solo if they can afford it. But an army acts as one unit. Coordinating that many people all at the same time is a huge change for me. And there's way more to military work than just plain combat. Stuff like managing resources, making sure everyone has the weapons and armor they need. I don't think I'm bad at math per se, but it's definitely not something I'm used to doing. And the more stuff there is to keep track of, the harder it all gets.
Hey, you're not so good at using your brain either. We're practically twins. That makes us pals now, right? I've got your back. So you just keep on working hard, buddy.
Right back at you. Let's keep fighting the good fight.
Alright, it was about food and muscles, but it was also kind of thought-provoking. So good. Okay. This gonna be
Hey,
about
Marianne,
sadness.
you were really doing great during those drills today.
Oh,
I'm heading over to the mess hall. You want to join? After all that training this morning and no break, I'm starving. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You like to eat alone, right?
Who does it? I don't know.
Then don't worry about it. I'll find someone else.
No, I'd like to accompany you. If you would have me, that is.
You sure? Well, all right then, let's go. I wonder what's on the menu today.
Mac and cheese every day. That's all y'all gonna be eating for the
Oh
rest of your
man,
lives.
that was good. I feel alive again.
Yes, that was nice.
By the way, why do you decide to come along with me?
What do you mean?
You usually sit by yourself. I thought you didn't like eating with others. Sometimes I see you eating with Hilda, but I figured that's because she makes you do it, right?
Yes, I do feel more comfortable when I'm alone. I haven't been around people much, so I don't normally know what to say in conversations.
Just say, hey, bro, you're eating too much mac and cheese, and I want it, so, yeah. Get away from the plate.
Well, now I'm even more curious why you decided to eat with me.
Well, you have a strange power, right? It makes you transform, or something like that.
It's called the power of plot, and it's awesome.
Yeah. You curious about it?
It's not so much that. I, wondered if you despised having it.
It's mad. I'm so mad that I can overpower my enemies, bro. It's horrible.
Nah, I don't even give it much thought. And besides, my powers come in handy a few times. I know it makes people suspicious of me and curious about my background, but that's just how people are.
And yet you always have such a sunny disposition, and everyone here respects you. I wondered why that was.
I mean, I sure hope they respect me. So that's why you wanted to join me?
I wanted to know how I could be like you.
Half purple hair, obviously.
Like me. But, Marianne, it's not like you have some mysterious power tucked away, right?
No, I don't.
Name.
If you just want to make friends with people, then you don't need to think so hard about it. It's not like anyone here hates you.
Don't they? I'm so useless.
Hey, you're a huge help to all of us. I mean that. So, you don't have to force yourself to act like someone you're not, okay?
All right. Thank you for saying that.
Alright, predictable. It was about sadness, so I win. Checkmate. I'm just kidding. Alright, plot, support. Only one. Beat.
That's a tasty looking roast you've got there, Claude. Where'd you get it?
Oh, hey, Raphael. I nabbed it from the base we took over the other day. No big deal.
Old PNG in the middle of the screen.
Plus, it's about to go bad, so there's no point in trying to ration it out to the troops. Meaning?
You're giving it to me. Oh, yes!
Hold on there, big guy. Nobody can eat all of this alone. Not even you.
It was literally 2 drumsticks. Alright, bro. Just give the man the drumsticks.
I was actually thinking we could all feast on it together. Want to help me cook it?
You bet I do. Might mean my stomach goes a little emptier, but feasting with the whole team adds a spice like no other.
They gonna pass around in one drumstick. Here you go. Here you go.
Just leave the rest to me. I'll kick this meat party off in style.
Hey, make sure you take it to the mess hall. Is he even listening to me? Wow, this looks incredible. Color me impressed, Raphael.
Well, you said it was about to go bad, right? I had to grill it up as quick as I could.
I mean, it wasn't going bad in a matter of minutes, but this is a huge help. Thanks. Weird. It felt like that was more than we could ever finish. But just mention food to the crew and it's gone in an instant.
Too bad, too. I was thinking I could split any leftovers we had with Maya and my grandpa.
It was literally 2 pieces of chicken. Wait, you was gonna give them the bones?
Doesn't it take days to get here from where they are? It would definitely have started rotting by then. Besides, this isn't really the chapter in history you want an old man and a child going out for a stroll.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Still, I hope that day comes soon.
Huh?
A time when we can invite your grandfather and sister over for banquets whenever we want. A time when it's not so dangerous for them to travel. Not that any of that'll be possible so long as this war keeps dragging on.
That's it, Claude! That's it!
Whoa! What's all the yelling for?
This meal was amazing, yeah. But a little voice in the back of my mind kept saying something was missing. And now I know what it is!
More than 2 drumsticks?
Once the land's at peace again, we're gonna have a huge party with Maya and my grandpa and everyone! After all, you can't savor a meal if you've got thoughts of war rolling around in your head.
Yeah, I think you're right. A banquet we can throw in peacetime is far better than one we have to put on hold due to the conflict. But in order to make that dream a reality, we'll need to create a future where the wild animals share their game instead of fighting over it.
Game? As in game meat? You have more?
Sorry, just a metaphor for the eagles and lions, always at each other's throats. As for us deer, we're content with leaves.
Mm-hmm.
But where should we forage next?
Somewhere with more than 2 drumsticks. Like, what was that, bro? He was content, bro. He was livid over them 2 drumsticks. Like, he ain't ate in 2 weeks.
I know you're a clever girl, Hilda, and you just had some bad luck this time.
What? I got click Marianne West. Judith here. I'm just kidding.
But even if you delegate the job to another, the ultimate responsibility still lies with you, so you need to be careful.
I know. I'm sorry.
Then take that responsibility and finish this. Though this much is going to be difficult alone. Ah, Marianne, come here.
Of course. What do you need?
I want you to help Hilda.
All right. I can do that.
Thank you. Now get to it, you two.
Yeah, go get me more than 1 drumstick.
Boy, you really blew it this time, Hilda. This isn't like you at all. Sorry you got dragged into this, Marianne.
No, it's all right. So, what should I do?
You see that chicken? Kill it.
Could I ask you to organize all the weapons and armor here by type? I'm going to start with separating the useful stuff from the broken stuff. I was apparently supposed to put each category of item into a different box and take them all to storage, but the message got lost somewhere along the way, which is why everything's now in this giant pile.
I understand.
How are you doing over there, Maria? What the? This is even worse than before!
We're sharing. We're sharing.
Yes, I'm sorry. I tried to be very specific with how I separated things, but it got a bit out of hand.
Hilda, Marianne, I'm coming to check on your progress, and I had better be impressed.
Oh shoot! She's coming! Quick, shove all of this stuff under a rug or something!
That's not gonna help.
Ladies, correct me if my eyes are mistaken, but this is in even worse shape than when I first left.
I'm sorry, Judith. It's all my fault. I had everything arranged just like you wanted, but then, whoops, I tripped and crashed into the pile and everything sort of went everywhere.
Believable story. You nailed it.
I see. Hilda, when I told you to take responsibility for your tasks, I didn't mean you had to burden yourself with absolutely everything.
Right, got it. I'll definitely be more careful.
Well, why don't the two of you take a short break? This mess clearly isn't going anywhere.
I'm so sorry, Hilda. This is all my fault.
Don't worry about it. I mean, it's actually my fault in the first place, you know? Come on, let's go take that break. I need a cup of tea in a bad way.
All right. Thank you, Hilda.
Oh yeah, I got 2 on lock.
Anyone here?
No.
Oh, Hilda. Perfect.
I am, aren't I? Now, what do you need?
I was thinking about getting another round of practice in, but I need a partner. And here you stand. So what do you say?
What? But it's so late.
Nah, I thought you was perfect. You can do this. Come on.
Yes, but I just thought up a fantastic move, and I need to try it out or I'll never be able to sleep.
Yeah, but I've already bathed, and I really don't want to get all sweaty and gross again.
Wait, is that you? You smell amazing.
I know! I use floral oils. I've got a whole bunch of them, and I mix and match based on the situation or just, you know, mood.
Just put oil on your body, kids. That'll make you smell good.
Wow, that's impressive.
I bet you're wondering why I'd go to all that trouble, right? Well, scent is very important.
True.
One whiff of something nice can turn a person's entire day around.
I want to say that true, but...
I get that, but I don't really think it's for me. I'm always training or hunting or something, and the constant sweat would probably wash it right off.
Which is exactly why you should use floral scents. Then you'll smell like a delightful bouquet and not some kind of hog farmer. I mean, you're cute already, but you could be the whole package if you just leaned into it.
You think I'm cute? No one's ever said that to me before. Or anything even remotely like it, actually.
I wonder why. I mean,
You know what? Let's just do it. Come to my tent. That's where I keep the stash.
The stash? What stash or what? Stash or what?
I really don't think this is for me.
Oh, don't be silly. It is absolutely for you.
No, really. Besides, I have to go practice that move.
Well, too bad. But I'll come find you tomorrow, okay? Oh, this is so exciting.
Wait, I don't think I actually agreed to anything. Never mind. I'm leaving. Bye.
Yup, just a little bit of effort and she'll really be the whole package.
That was the support for y'all ladies out there. And since I can't relate to it, that means it's bad. I'm just kidding. Oh wait, I died 2 supports. Well, nearly there. So he got 3.
Raphael, pardon my interrupting your fleeting moment of repose.
Oh, hey, Lawrence. You need something?
Yeah, you see, I actually have 3 trump sticks this time.
I do, in fact. To tell the truth, I recently learned how you and your family founded an inn once you returned to your hometown. Yet, you still chose to leave them behind and risk your life and livelihood fighting in this brutal war. I must ask the reason why.
Why? Well, to keep my family safe, of course.
I struggle to follow your reasoning. Would then it not be more prudent to remain by their side?
That's what I thought at first, too. But just being there with them wouldn't be enough. Yeah, I can protect everyone day to day if I'm back keeping watch at the inn. But if me joining the fight on the front lines means we bring peace back to the world, they'd never have to worry another day in their lives. So sure, it's tough being away from Maya through all this. But it'll be worth it in the end. I know it.
That's got conviction. Respect.
I see. Your thinking is correct in part, but it is in part mistaken as well. Staying at the inn to protect your family will not provide them the security you so desperately desire. So long as this war continues to heave along, your establishment will always remain at risk of being consumed by the flames of combat. But you are a commoner, and it is our duty as nobles to protect the ordinary citizens of our territories. There should be no need for one who is not with the military to leave their family and join the war effort. Such tasks are meant to be handled by the nobility. In other words, you should be leaving the defense of your lands to me and my subordinates.
Were you really that worried about me being here? Oh, thanks. But this was my choice. I'll be fine.
No, that is not what I meant, in the slightest. I speak of the obligation we in the nobility have to our people. The weight of war should fall on our very shoulders, while the common folk in our charge should focus on maintaining their livelihoods.
I have more money, so I'm better just sit back and relax.
Okay, but I'm still gonna fight no matter what. The toughest people are the ones who should be leading the charge, right?
What I mean is, you're not listening to a word I say, are you?
You don't think I've got what it takes, huh? I got it. Let's compete to see who's stronger.
Pardon? You want a competition?
You betcha. It's the perfect way to find out who's got the real arm muscles around here. There's a bunch of boxes that need to get moved over at the training grounds. Want to see who can carry the most? If I win, you'll have to promise to be totally cool with letting me fight.
No, I must decline. By that token, you will only end up proving your point.
Because you think you're loose.
So you do think I'm strong?
Do not misunderstand my intentions. You and I are on completely different pages on this matter. We are practically in two separate genres. But someone like him would undoubtedly prove useful in the heat of battle. But...
hello? Whatever. I'm gonna go grab those boxes myself. My muscles are aching for a little workout.
Neat. Okay. So, that was just Lauren's flexing on the board. As he should. No, just kidding.
My, if it isn't Marianne, how is the fine maiden today?
Oh, Lawrence. I'm all right, thank you.
Off to the chapel again? Your devotion never ceases to amaze me.
Yes, I am.
Tell me, do you regret taking part in this war? I was most surprised to hear you were joining our forces, so if you are overexerting yourself for whatever such reason...
I'm not, and I wouldn't say I regret it either. I had no other choice. When the Officers' Academy shut down, my adoptive father insisted I join the army. I wasn't given the opportunity to say no.
Oof, I see. So it is by the will of Margrave Edmund that you're with us?
Yes.
I can only presume he did so as a show of his loyalty to the cause, considering he cannot make much use of his own soldiers. Yet, you do not seem entirely on board with the concept. Are you sure this is what you want?
Okay.
If need be, I would be glad to contact your father and sort this out for you.
Just stop. I'm fine with this. It's not like I have anywhere else to go anyway. This is the only option I have. So please, just leave me be.
Thank you.
Marianne, we are living through an era of immense change. This great war has entangled the three eminent powers in Fodlan, and will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the continent at large. Leicester cannot stay the way it is now. No, it must not.
Why are you telling me all this?
Listen carefully, Marianne. I believe this moment in time to be a wonderful opportunity for you to turn a new leaf. I, too, feel pressure to do the same, and I have spent my days reacting in kind. Why don't you and I welcome in this new era together, as changed people?
If only it were that easy. Perhaps things wouldn't be such a struggle. I'm sorry. I will continue to be as I always have. All I can do is pray, if you'll excuse me.
Just happy music over this conversation. Well, I had to do something, but well, from what I could tell, Lawrence was simping because he was being nice to a woman, and you never do that.
Guess that's good enough for today.
Leonie, I should have known it was you making all this racket so deep into the night.
Oh, hey Lawrence. Yeah, I usually get an extra session or two in by myself after everyone else finishes their drills. A good mercenary is always ready for battle, you know. There's no telling when one might break out.
So even your mind is as sharp as a blade. Come to think of it, I was relieved to hear you had become a mercenary. And yet, pangs of guilt clawed at my heart.
Huh? Why? What's that got to do with you?
Quite a bit, if I may be frank. Your home, Son, sits nestled firmly within House Gloucester territory. Embarrassing as it may be to admit, I hadn't entirely realized that fact when we began at the Officers' Academy. But once the school shut down, I began to wonder what became of the students who hailed from our lands. I couldn't help but investigate further.
I too want to know exactly where my friends live. Like the street, the home address.
Uh-huh. And that's when you found out where I was from. What I'd been through.
Yes. As the heir to House Gloucester, it is my natural-born duty to concern myself with the well-being of my citizens. It must have been difficult indeed, scrounging up the funds required to attend Garrick Mock. I would hate for someone who has already been through so much to suffer any further hardship.
Well, some of the money we paid the church got back to us when the academy closed, at least. That's pretty much it. Not an ounce of help finding a job. And definitely nothing from the Count. So I started training, sharpening my skills as a mercenary. The rest was luck.
I am truly sorry, Leonie. Allow me to apologize personally, both as your former classmate and as a noble in my father's stead.
Stop that. It's not your fault. I chose to leave my village. I'm the one who decided to try and make it on my own. And I would have been protected by the nobility if I'd stayed in the village, right? But that's not the path I picked. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if more commoners start making decisions for themselves someday.
You mean to say the nobility will become obsolete?
That's not what I said. There are plenty of people out there who still depend on you for protection. That's not gonna change. At the same time, I don't think you could keep every commoner safe even if you wanted to. The time we're living through is proof enough of that. So I'm sure you'll get plenty more people who make the exact same choice I did. Probably not for a while, though.
An era of change at the heart of the nobility. Commoners that are no longer content with just being commoners.
Okay. Yeah, from flexing on the point to sympathizing. Neat. I think that's all for Lawrence. Food boy. Oh wait. Oh yeah, just one.
Hey there, Ignatz!
Oh, Raphael!
I've been looking all over for you. Got a minute to chat?
Of course. With all the battles lately, we've barely had any time to sit down and rest.
Right? It feels like I don't even see you anymore. And I definitely don't have enough time to show off my muscles.
Glad to see you haven't changed at all these past 2 years.
Wait, no, you're wrong. He got a bandana now. That's awesome.
The Officers' Academy shut down so suddenly. I scarcely would have imagined we'd all end up back together as part of an army.
Same here. Oh, and I could hardly believe my ears when I found out you signed up to be a knight over with Lawrence.
To be honest, I had nowhere else to turn. I owe a great debt to him and his generosity.
Gotcha. He's not such a bad guy, that Lawrence.
I agree. Tell me, Raphael, how have you been holding up these past 2 years? I hear your family opened an inn.
Oh, yeah. Me, my grandpa, and Maya. Business is going pretty great, if you ask me.
That's wonderful. And how is Maya?
She's as sunny as always. That reminds me, she was pretty worried about you. I better write her a letter and tell her you're okay. I'm sure she wants to see you. Bet you're feeling the same way, huh?
Ooh, is Ignorance got me? Just kidding.
Of course, I'd love to come and... That is, I should write her a letter.
What's wrong?
Life never works out the way you want, does it?
Huh?
Oh, it's nothing. Just thinking back to my childhood. Back then, I felt like I had the power to do whatever I wanted.
What do you mean? I still feel like that now.
You do?
Sure. I know I joined the Officers' Academy to be a knight, but that option's off the table. But look at me now. I might not be a knight, but I'm fighting in a war as if I was. All you've got to do is put your mind to it, and you can do anything you want. Trust me.
Does that mean I can be an artist? Nope.
Yes. I think you're right. Thanks, Raphael.
That was just a chill conversation. Okay. I think the last one's going between these two. Hey.
As I told you before, I do not have a crest.
Why do you insist on hiding it? It can only mean your crest is somehow...
Please stop!
What's going on here?
Lysithea,
What were you saying about crests? Go on.
Did she say crust? Crust are awesome. I really like stuffed crust. Like, cause you can just bite into it.
I study them every day without fail, so this is extremely relevant to my interests. I do hope you have proof of your theory, though. Spewing out unfounded platitudes will just lead to consequences you definitely don't want. I might not look it, but I'm a general in this army.
Why? Cause you like a baby. Okay,
well, we were just finishing our conversation. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you, Lysithea.
Think nothing of it. I stepped in of my own accord. You appear to hold a secret or two regarding crests.
Well...
No need to answer. We all have things we prefer to keep hidden. Still, your situation hits rather close to home for me. Perhaps too close.
What?
So if you ever need assistance, don't hesitate to ask. We secret keepers need to hold strong with each other after all. Oh, and I'm not saying this because I pity you, but you clearly find your secret painful. In light of this, maybe I've been a bit too harsh on you in the past.
Oh no, you haven't been harsh at all. I'm merely envious of how strong and level-headed you always appear to be. I never would have guessed you hold a closely guarded secret just as I do.
I'm not gonna tell you, if that's what you're after.
Yes, I suspected as much. Still, perhaps you would be willing to hear mine one day? I feel like being around you gives me the courage to finally set it free.
I would be happy to hear you out, and also to help rectify the situation if possible. I know quite a bit about Crest's scholarship. That fool talking to you earlier couldn't hold a candle to me.
Thank you, Lysithea. I already feel a little bit braver.
I'm offering you the full might of my assistance. I hope you can do better than a little.
I mean a lot. I know I'm going to feel a lot braver.
Okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. Well, I think that's it, yeah. I have to say that the winner was either Raphael and Ignatius or Claude and Raphael's with the drumstick. But yeah, that was all the supports. I ended. Also, I grinded like a lot, so my units are now like level 26. So, yeah. Also, just the
Which
flex,
battle do you wish to reflect on?
So, yeah.
I'll continue gathering records of your battles.
Better. Well, I think we're going to end it. I just wanted to do